everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you've been following my channel this year, firstly, thank you so much. Secondly, you may also know that I have played a lot of cozy games this year. So today we are going to rank every single one of them from best to worst, new games, old games, and games that are new to me. I really hope you enjoy this. I'm a little bit scared because I think it might get a little bit brutal because we are just going all out honesty here. Don't forget to like and also subscribe for more cozy game content, but let's get into this. So before we get into the ranking, we need to go through the tiers. So thank you to Danny, aka Canada Crossing, for helping me with this because I wanted something that signified the channel, and I think this is perfect. So first off, we have barrels at the top. They are kind of the S tier. I am a long-term fan of barrels. I don't know what it is. A barrel in a computer game just ticks all the boxes for me when it comes to decorating. So that is our best, our creme de la creme. And then we have portaloos, and you might be thinking, hey Emma, portaloos aren't great. Well, portaloos are a solid choice if you kind of get my drift. So we're going to have them as our second best. After that, we have daisies. Now, I love daisies. They're one of my favorite flowers. However, they're not the strongest flower in the world, so they are a little bit weak. So this is kind of a mid-tier. It's okay. It might have some flaws. And then finally, we have coprolite. Now, if you're an Animal Crossing fan, if you know, you know. But basically, this is the poop, the bottom of the barrel. Poop is a bit of a bad word to say, but like, they're not great. So that's going to be our bottom tier, and we're going to rank into kind of 4 of these. I could go into it like a lot more detailed, but it's hard enough kind of figuring out where I'm going to put them in each. So we're just going to stick with 4 and see what happens. So these games are in no particular order. These are just totally random. It's the order that they decided to upload them in. So we're going to start off with Fae Farm, and you may be thinking, hey, that released in 2023. Well, actually, according to my Steam library, I went back to this in February, and I'm a little bit surprised I did because I don't really feel like I've picked it up in a long time. I mean, it's still a solid choice. I still like the game, but it didn't kind of grab me as much as I thought it would. So I'm going to put it in as Daisy. I think I was really hyped for it in the beginning, and I thought, yes, this is going to be another great kind of farm game that we're going to love, but no, I think it's not stood the test of time for me, unfortunately. And then we have Mario Kart 8. This is a game that I tend to play with my friends online, and I absolutely love this. It's very nostalgic for me, so I do think this has to go in barrel. I don't know whether it's a game that I play by myself, but when I play it with friends, I have so much fun with it, and we see new courses and things like that, so it does feel a little bit fresh. I'm excited for the second or the new Switch to come out. I was going to call it a Switch 2 then, we don't know if it's called that, but yeah, I'm very excited to see a new rendition of that game. On the Switch theme, we have My Sims next. This was kind of a game that released later in the year. I wanted to spend a lot more time in this. I have separated it into My Sims and My Sims Kingdom just because I think that they are very different games, and I did enjoy My Sims. It's not going to be up there for me, it's not going to be like the best ever game for me, but I think it is a pretty good game. I enjoyed it. I think it has stood the test of time. I want to play more of it, so that is always a good sign. So we're going to go with Portaloo. It's a solid choice, and it's a good one. It's not necessarily one that I'm kind of like, oh my god, I need to play that game, but I did enjoy it a lot. Next up, we have Good Pizza, Great Pizza. This is a game that I bought on my Switch for like maybe £3 or something in the sale, and I love a good cooking game. It was so much fun to kind of play and make the pizzas. It's a game that's really kind of chill out and just relax, enjoy. There's not any thought of like real complexity to it, but sometimes I just need that, and for a cheap game, it really delivered. Excuse the pun. So Good Pizza, Great Pizza is going to be a solid choice for me, I think. Then we have Palia. Oh, I don't even want to think of the amount of hours that I have put into Palia this year. I still love this game. It's still one of my go-to games. It's not perfect, I'm not gonna lie. It has many glitches and whatnot, but I still love it. It's still under development. I'm so excited for the future of this game. So controversially, I'm going to put it up there, mainly just because I've put so many hours into it this year, and I do enjoy the decorating in the game. is one of my kind of key things. I love decorating games, and being able to do it in Palia is a huge bonus for me. Next up, we have Pile Up. This is kind of like a strategy game where you have to build up on this little like platform thing, and it was a game that I was very excited for when it released because I love kind of strategy puzzle games. And when it did release, I kind of put off playing it, and it actually featured in one of the games that the cozy games I'd ignored videos, but it didn't grab me as much as I thought it would. So I'm gonna put it in a little week. I feel like it just needed something a bit more to like make it like a Dorthrym Antique kind of level puzzle strategy game that I always want to play. And then we have My Sims Kingdom. I actually think I enjoyed this a little bit more than My Sims. I really liked the story. I really liked how funny the characters were. There was a lot of humor in there, which is just what you expect from like the Sims franchise, and I loved the whole kind of medieval feel. I think sometimes the kind of elements of like the decorating and stuff maybe got a little bit lost, but I kind of like the questing in it, so that was good. And honestly, if I was going to pick up one of these two right now, the My Sims or the My Sims Kingdom, I think I would gravitate towards this one, but I don't think it's strong enough for it to reach the best kind of category. So we're going to go for Portaloo. We're going to go for solid choice. It is a great one, and when there isn't a lot of options on the Switch right now, I think this is a good game to play. Then we have another OG, we have Stardew Valley. So I haven't played a lot of this solo this year. I mean, after the 1.6 hype, I was so excited for it, and I did start a new farm. But I think this year, mainly it's been co-op mode, and I've been really enjoying that. Playing it co-op, enjoying that. Having someone else to work with and like share the kind of workload is really nice. So I do really enjoy Stardew. I still love it. I still go back to it when I have time. That's my problem. I feel like I've played enough of it not to want to keep playing it again and again, but I can easily go back to it if I have the time to. So this one obviously has to go back up into the barrel. I wouldn't be keeping it like on my kind of to play list if it didn't have that place in my heart, that's for sure. Next one is perhaps a surprising entry. I do like to partake in a little bit of Fortnite every once in a while. I do enjoy playing it with my friends. I do love just sometimes it's a good way to get out some aggression, even though you end up raging more when you die. But it's still a little bit of fun and something very different from everything else I play. So I do appreciate that sometimes. I'm going to put it as a solid choice. I've enjoyed some of the features this year. I've not enjoyed all of them on all of the maps. I want to give the new Lego version of Fortnite a go. And in the future, I'm very excited for the Disney collab. So maybe we'll see more of that coming along on the channel. I don't know if when it comes out it'll be something that people want to kind of see, and yes, it is like a little bit of a secret passion, but I still enjoy it. And then we have Weirdlets. So this is like a free to play idle game. I tried to get on with it, and honestly I struggled quite a lot. I love the fact that it's kind of free and you can just have it there on your computer, but I'm someone who gets distracted like so easily all the time that I don't think I can have an idle game on my computer, because I would just be playing the idle game all the time, and the kind of having to log in and stuff all the time just isn't for me. So unfortunately this is gonna have to be my first coprolite. It's not necessarily because of the game itself, it's more because of the kind of genre of what it is, but it is free, and if you want something that kind of has focus apps and things built in it, like it has a Pomodoro timer and stuff like that, I would definitely check that out if it's something that suits you and you get to look after cute animals as well. Then we have a new addition. This is Infinity Nikki. I absolutely have been obsessed with this game. It's been a very long time since I have just, all I want to play is this. And that is what I've got with Infinity Nikki. It's so beautiful. I love the quest. It's not too hard. I was a bit worried about like the platforms and stuff like that. I may have had to ask my husband for help on one particular level, but that was just because I was in a bit of a mental state where I was like, I can't deal with this right now, can you do it? And he was there. So he did do it for me, I won't lie. But the outfit design, the different options, they're so cute. I've not really ever played like any gacha games before, so this is a whole new experience for me, and it's a lot to learn, but I am very much enjoying this. and I cannot wait to play more. I cannot wait to see how this game develops. I cannot wait to see the new chapters that are added. The storytelling is really nice. Normally it doesn't like capture me, but this one really has. Just everything about this is just 10 out of 10 for me. I'm just obsessed, and I hate to imagine how many hours I've put into it already. Oh, I just love this game. I just love it. Okay, I'm going to stop gushing about it. I think we know where it's going. I think it's going in the top category, that's for sure. And then we have Garden Life, a cozy simulator. It feels like forever ago that this game released. I even had to check if it was this year. But my gosh, when I played this game, I was excited for it. I was like, yes, I get to kind of use my gardening expertise. I get to grow some flowers. I get to kind of do hybrid ones. You get to decorate. There is a creative mode. So I was very excited for all of those features. However, outside of like maybe the first week, maybe 2 weeks of actually playing this game, I haven't gone back to it that much. I think the idea of decorating this game was maybe better. Like the idea of decorating was better than the actual kind of act of decorating in this game. So I don't think it's something that has maybe stood the test of time this year, unfortunately. The graphics were okay. There was something like a little bit off about them. Like I would have liked them to be a little bit better, but it was available on the Switch too. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. It was alright. It was, at the time, I was very excited for it. But yeah, over time, I've definitely lost that kind of interest. So for that, I think I'm going to put it in a little weak. I don't have any plans to go back to this, so I think that's where it deserves to be. And then we have Barbie Project Friendship. This is a game that I did as part of a sponsored stream, and at the time I was like, it's Barbie, it's a lot of fun, and it still is Barbie, and it still is a lot of fun. It kind of gave me those DDV kind of vibes, you know, with the kind of quests and like going and grabbing stuff, doing stuff. But actually what it did better than DDV was the fact that it had mini games as well. Like there was making the kind of ice creams and things like that, which was fresh and nice. The graphics were all very fun and vibrant. However, I do kind of feel like maybe I'm a bit too old for this. I feel like this is the perfect starter game if you've got like a preteen or a teen who is into this sort of thing. They would really love this. That being said, I think if you're just a Barbie fan, you are still going to have a lot of fun with it and just follow the story. And it is available on quite a few consoles, which is good as well. But for me, I'm going to put it as a little weak. It's not something that I've ever gone back to, but it's a good game. But not quite strong enough for it to be a solid choice, if that makes sense. Next up, we have Dinkum. Dinkum is a game that I have an on and off. I really want to play it, don't have the time, but this year I did manage to get a little bit of time in it, but not enough to be like, oh my gosh, I've played a lot of Dinkum, unfortunately, which I'm sad about. It is a very good game, and the updates that have come out this year have been really good. So beautiful. I'm very excited for this game still. I think it needs to come to console so that everyone can enjoy it on the Switch. I think that would really be a game changer. I admire the developer and all the kind of work they're doing in the game. However, I just haven't really had enough time to play it this year. But that being said, it is still a very solid choice. If you want a cozy game that has like decorating, you can still kind of kill animals. That sounds wrong. You know what I mean? You can go hunting. You can do like the Animal Crossing style builds of like building up your houses and stuff like that. That sort of gameplay. You've got a bit more freedom to do exploration. Dinkum is a great game for that. And then we have Calico. This is a game that is kind of new to me. I didn't play this before this year, which I don't know why I didn't. It was okay. I didn't expect to like it that much, and I kind of didn't, which sounds wrong, but the graphics maybe were what kind of threw me off. It kind of had some fun games and stuff like that in it, but this is a game that I feel like when people say cozy games, this is one of the games that they recommend, but I don't feel like it's the best one out there. For that reason, I'm going to put it in as a little weak. It has all the kind of things that a cozy game and I would love in a cozy game, but they just weren't executed as smoothly as I would like. Maybe it's something to do with whether it plays better on the Switch, because I played it on PC and maybe I just have higher standards for that. I don't know. But either way, it's okay. It's not the best game in the world. Paper Trail is the next game. This is a game that is kind of very puzzle heavy. It literally is just one giant puzzle. I like a puzzle once in a while, but I don't like my puzzle games to be too hard. And although I did manage to complete this game, I didn't manage to get all the collectibles and like 100% it. So I don't think that I would ever go back and try and do that because it was a bit of a brain workout, but I did enjoy it. So I would say that if you're prepared to have like a bit of a challenge and understand all the different mechanics in it, it's a very interesting concept because you kind of have to fold the pages to kind of reveal the path through, which is fun and it's unique and it's something different that I hadn't played before. So I did like that about it. However, is it really something that I would highly recommend to people and say you need to go and play this now? No. So I don't think it's going to be the best. I also don't know if it's solid, but it's like a weak solid. So I think we'll put it here. We'll put it in Daisy. It's a little weak. I did enjoy it. It's mid. It is mid. I found it mid. If you enjoyed this game, I apologize, but for me, we'll just leave it there. And then we have Moonglow Bay, which released earlier this year, and I was excited for this game, but I was very, very let down by this game. I thought it looked cute. It kind of looked like it had like a nice little story. I was very excited for it. Then I got to playing it, and I don't know whether it was the controls. There was something about it that I just did not connect with, and it didn't give me a good experience. Like, it wasn't fun. So for that reason, it has to go on Coprolite. It did release on the Switch, but I think from the reviews that I've seen since, it's just not been good. And a lot of people have struggled with it. Like, it needs some major work, unfortunately. And then we have Critter Cove. I did play the early version of this like last year as well, but then it full released this year. And I don't know. This game, a lot of people love this game. But for me, I think it's the graphics that I'm not a huge fan of, unfortunately. And if I'm not enjoying what I'm looking at visually, then unfortunately, that's going to put me off the game. Like, the elements of the game were fun. The exploring, the getting in the boat, and all of that kind of stuff was good. Like, I appreciate that. And the decorating, the renovating the homes was nice as well. And I also like the kind of trash element to it and the crafting, which was good. But yeah, the graphics for me just left it feeling a little bit sad. So we'll put it in Daisy. I know a lot of people are a big fan of this, and I'm glad you are. I'm glad you're enjoying it. You enjoy it. Now we're on to Wimel Academy. Wimel Academy is like a witchy game, but it's quite different to other witch games that I've played in the sense that it's set at a school, you're a witch at school, hence the name obviously, but it's fun. I really enjoyed this because it was a different kind of gameplay that I've had so far. It is a simulator game where you're like managing the life of your witch, and then you can choose what they do, how they spend their money, how they spend their energy, what classes they go to. It's a very basic setup, and it's something that I think I would enjoy playing handheld. I haven't downloaded it on my Steam Deck yet, but I need to do that. I believe it's still in early access, so they're still working on it, which is exciting. So it could definitely kind of progress a lot further as well, which is nice. I like that. So for this, I'm going to put it in solid choice. I definitely needs more work to it, but I'm very excited for it. Oh no. Okay, now we have Magical Delicacy. Everything about this game I wanted to love, apart from the platforming, but I thought from the description of it, they were like, this is going to be really easy platforming. You don't have to worry about it. For those of you that don't know, I do not like platform games that much. It has to be like a super relaxing experience for it to be platforming. Like, that's the only kind of level that I can deal with. Magical Delicacy, I wanted to love the cooking. I wanted to love the kind of exploration for the foraging, like the world. I love the pixel style graphics, but the platforming made me rage quit this, unfortunately, which is not good. I later learned that there is a version that you kind of can turn the platforming off or turn it down or something. However, this was too late for me, unfortunately. Maybe in the new year or next year I will go back to it and I will try the game again, because there were so many things that I did like about it, which is just unfortunate. So for me, unfortunately, it's going to have to be bottom of the barrel right now, which is such a shame. Such a shame. I don't want to put it there, but I think it has to go there just because of my experience of it that first time. So we'll leave it there for now. Maybe I'll play it again and then we'll do this again next year and I'll be like, nope, it's gone up. But for now, it is the bottom there. And then we have Summer House. Summer House was a really cute little decorating game where you just got to make little houses. It was kind of like 2D, which was interesting, but it reminded me so much of Italy and like lovely kind of Mediterranean homes, and I love that about it. There were a few different options, but that was kind of the direction I went with my first home, so that sticks in my head a lot. These games are fun. The games are fun where it's sandbox, you just get to decorate, you just get to chuck things out there, and I love that. However, I do think it could do with a bit more, a few different options. Hopefully, we'll see that in the future. Maybe, I don't know if the devs are still working on it. I'd have to look into that. But it is a fun, cute little game. If you want to waste some time, you want something really relaxing, Summer House, definitely. So, I'm going to put it in, oh my god, this is a hard one. I think solid. I think solid. It is what it is, and you can't change that. So it deserves solid for that. And now we're on to Love Ghosty. I was very, very excited for this game. It looked really adorable, and I couldn't wait to play it. Playing a dating sim is fun. You get to have a little bit of control over everything. But one night, I just downloaded this on my Steam Deck. I played it for like 3 hours straight, and I was obsessed with it. Making all the different partners, deciding who was going to go with who, buying all the little bit of furniture and arranging gifts. I was just obsessed. And then I was kind of sad when they moved out. I know it was a good thing, but they like move out together in like little couples. It's so cute. And it plays really, really well handheld. I enjoy playing it handheld. I think this is a game I would 100% recommend playing handheld over PC because you can just sit back, you can relax and just enjoy it that way. So yes, loved Love Ghosty. I think it has to go up here. I didn't expect it to be that high on like my love list, but I really did enjoy it. And then we have Animal Crossing New Horizons. Obviously, this is going to go in the top tier. Yes, my love has died down after a bit of time, but I've still completed 1, maybe 2 islands this year, so I still obviously have a love for it. I will always go back to it. Nothing's going to break that. It's always going to be S tier for me. And then we have Quilts and Cats of Calico. I was very excited for this. It's a puzzle game. It's got cats in it. It's all about like sewing and stuff. But for the life of me, I could not understand what I was doing. I think I kind of got to grips with what was going on, but I found it really hard to kind of understand everything, like all of the different kind of mechanics and stuff. I don't know if that's just me being dumb or what, but I think I'm going to put this in Coprolite. Maybe I need to revisit it. I need to go back and like have another play of it, but like, if you were to just say, Emma, where are you going to put this? I think it's going to have to go here. I wanted something really relaxing and like chill, and it stressed me out that I didn't understand everything that was going on. So it's going in Coprolite tier. And then we have Bandle Tale. I really, really did enjoy this game. When I first played it, I think we played it on stream. I didn't have any clue about the League of Legends lore. That's not something that I've ever played, but I did really enjoy the game. The game was super cute visually. I loved the graphics, pixel style, wonderful colors, just so many different things about the game was so good. However, I don't think the tutorial system was very good, which kind of did stress me out a bit, because if I'm playing a game, I want to know how to play the game. But yeah, some things weren't so obvious with that. I still think it was a good game handheld. It is available on the Switch, I believe. I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah, I think it's going to be... I haven't gone back to it as well. So that, I think that's telltale sign of whether it's kind of grabbed my attention or not. So I think it's going to have to go in a little week. Yeah, we'll leave it in a little week. I do want to play more of it, but I just haven't as of yet. So there's too many other games. And then we have Luma Island. Luma Island is a game I did enjoy, and I was very excited for it. I never really got around to playing anything on stream or doing any videos for it, but I did enjoy it, and I think that it does have a lot of potential. However, it's going to be a game that you need to put a lot of hours into. So for that reason, I just can't dedicate too much of my time to it right now, especially with everything that's going on, and plus I have an Infinity Nikki addiction. So it's good. I did enjoy it. It's great. Is it going to replace Stardew Valley or anything like that for me? No. I would still rather play just like, your farm sim. I know this is more of an RPG, it's got more exploration and stuff, but I would still rather play Stardew Valley or like a farm sim over this. But that being said, it's still a very good game and I think it is a solid choice. So it's going to go into Portaloo. And now we have Neva. Neva is from the creators of Gris, and oh my gosh, I nearly was in tears like within the first like minute of this game. It is a platformer, and I know I ranted about a platformer earlier, but this one is more at my level. It's kind of a bit more smoother, and Planet of Lana, I can do platforming in that one, but Neva is just a beautiful game, and that's mainly the reason why I wanted to play it, because I know it's absolutely gorgeous and it tells the story and it's always amazing like that. So it is a platformer. For that reason, I don't think it can go in my best. Maybe you will kind of differ with that opinion, but I think it's a solid choice. I would highly recommend this if you love platformers. It will definitely be top tier for you. Such a good game. Be prepared to like get a little tearful as well for that one. And then we have Snufkin, Melody of Moomin Valley. I love this game. I love the graphics of it. The story were really good. There was like fun little like mini games and puzzles, like moving the kind of things in the hedge maze. If you've played it, yes, you will know what I'm talking about. But I did love this, and I'm very excited that they're going to be releasing a second one. So I will definitely be playing that one. My only gripe with this game is that it was a little bit short, so I was a bit sad about that. But it's still very good. I'm going to put it in solid. It's not something that is going to be the best. I think mainly because of the shortness of the game. I think that it's fine being in the solid choice section. Oh, okay. I wasn't going to put this in here, but then I decided that I was going to do it. So Disney Dreamlight Valley, game that I used to love so much, put countless amount of hours into this game, maybe like 600, 700 hours, which is a lot of hours. I spent a lot of money on the game, and this year I just fell out of love with it. So I don't think it deserves to go in the Coprolite section because it's still a good game. I still did enjoy it, and if I was to log on today and actually be in the mindset to play it, I could probably play it. However, I'm just not in the mindset to play it at the moment. So I can't put it at Coprolite, and I also don't think I can... No, I think I can put it at Little Week. I think the problem is with the game, I have a whole video on the game and why I've like fallen out of love with it, but I think that it just got too repetitive. You need something fresh, you need something that doesn't feel the same. Even when they're bringing these new lands, they still kind of did feel the same, so that's sad. However, this new DLC that they're playing, that everyone's playing and going crazy for, I'm excited that everyone is enjoying that. So I'm not going to be too harsh on it, but it can go in there for now. For me, right now, with how I'm feeling, it is a little weak. I'm just going to leave it at that. And then we have Chill Town. Oh no. So Chill Town, yeah. Chill Town was very interesting. I am going to put it in here. I'm sorry to Chill Town, but it's not good. I think, firstly, the name is not the best name. That is not a good name for a game. You could have had anything in front of town and it would probably been better. But Chill Town, it just sounds... It sounds tacky. I'm sorry to say it, but it does. And then the gameplay was not good. And then when we played the demo, the eyes of the characters were not good. And that freaked everyone out. They did fix that, which is very good. But it just felt a little bit lifeless. It felt like it was trying to be Animal Crossing, but you can't replace Animal Crossing. Some of the furniture was cute, so I will give them that. But it's just not... It's not worth your time, I don't think. Definitely not worth your time. So unfortunately, into the Coprolite section you go. And then we have Little Kitty Big City. This one is definitely a bit better. This you play as a cat, you're exploring the world, it's a fun little adventure game. So for this one, I think we're going to put it in Portaloo solid choice. It had some fun elements to it, like collecting hats and things, so I really did enjoy this game, and it's not the longest a game, again, which probably does mark it down a little bit. I just expect more, and for a game that is sort of this price point, I did expect it to be a bit longer for sure. So it definitely does lose a few marks for that, but overall it's a pretty good solid choice. If you go into it knowing that it's not going to be a long game, I feel like you won't be as disappointed. Then we have Garden Trills. This is so cute. This game is all about birds, and they move to a new garden, and then you have like quests and things to do, like fly around with your little bird self, and you can like plant flowers and stuff. There's lots of quests to do to collect things. This is just an adorable game. This only recently released in December, so if you don't know anything about it, I highly recommend you go and check it out, because it's just a cute, fun, little happy game that I will definitely get some enjoyment out of, and I'm very excited for other people to be able to play this. Definitely recommend that one. For that reason, I'm going to put it as a solid choice. I definitely don't think it's going to reach my best tier, but it is a good little fun game to play. And then we have a Magical Mixture Mill. This released this year, and it was a game that a subscriber bought for me. Thank you, Madman. And I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the beginning, I enjoyed the premise, I enjoyed the idea of like going out into the world, gathering all the resources. I just love doing that in games. However, it was very much about building a factory to make your kind of potions and stuff. And early game, it was fine. However, I can envisage if I played this for a long, long time, it would be very overwhelming. But it is good, it is fun, it's a lot to get your head around, I think. For that reason, I'm going to have to put it in the Daisy tier. But I did enjoy my time. It just isn't going to be something that's going to have longevity for me. Now we have Fabledom. This released in 1.0 this year, and I am obsessed with city building games, which is why I did really enjoy this game. It is very much of a fairy tale take on like SimCity, which is fun, and the graphics are definitely a little bit more cuter because of that, and there is a bit of lore about kings and queens and that sort of thing. I do love this game. I really enjoy it. I don't know if it's going to be quite up in my best tier, but I do highly recommend giving it a try if you haven't already played it and you were like a huge fan of SimCity. It's got kind of all those vibes without having tornadoes and fires sweeping the world, which is kind of good. So we'll put that in solid, I think. Now we have Chef RPG. This is an early access game, so it feels a little bit harsh kind of grading this, but I was so disappointed. I really, really wanted to like love this game. The graphics are great, everything about it, like the cooking, the running a restaurant. I'm still not found my ideal kind of cooking chef game, running a cute little cafe. It still like escapes me, and that makes me very sad because I had high hopes that it was going to be this one, and it hasn't so far. I'm still following the development, keeping my eye on it, but it had so much potential to be such a good game, and I'm very disappointed that it's not. So for that reason, I'm going to have to put it in a little weak. It's not, it needs a lot of work. I feel harsh doing this, but it needs a lot of work to be able to get it up to that point where it's going to be really, really good. And then we have Tiny Glade. This is immediately going in top tier. Barrel, definitely 100%. Tiny Glade is such a cute game. It is an amazing like world building game, and everything is just stunning. It looks amazing. No matter what you build in this game, you cannot build something bad. There is gorgeous kind of details on the buildings, and they kind of interact with one another, and you can create some wild things. The things that I've seen people create is absolutely stunning, and it really kind of makes me have such an appreciation for this game. It is sandbox, and it's very relaxing. You can just kind of chill and build what you want, which I love about it. There's just nothing that I can say. Okay, no, there is one thing that I can say. I would love to be able to decorate the interiors and just add like maybe just a little bit more options when it comes to like furniture and details. I think that's where I would be like just a little bit more. But apart from that, it's absolutely perfect. It's a gorgeous game. You cannot go wrong with it. If you get the opportunity to play it, I'm sure you'll be in awe as well. And then we have Shin-Chan, Shiro, and the Coal Town. Now, I did do a collab with them, but I actually had so much fun with this game. I didn't expect it at all, and it kind of came out of nowhere, but this is hilarious. This is based off of an anime. I've never seen it before, but then I kind of learned all about it, and it's about this little kid who is very, very inappropriate, which is kind of hilarious, and I kind of did enjoy that. But there is a whole kind of story element to this. There's bug catching, there's fishing, there's exploration, there's questing, there's even like a little bit of farming. This game had everything. It is not my normal go-to game, but it was a real shocker for me this year. And I did have a lot of fun playing it. So I think it's going to have to go in solid. And then we have Critter Cafe. Oh, this, again, This is us being let down by people making cute cafe simulator games. This one was a letdown, unfortunately. I did do a review video on it, and maybe I was like a little bit like I was trying to give it all the fair perspectives, but it isn't great. It isn't great. It is great for people if you just want to like go on and do certain things, but it is a little bit of a soulless game. It doesn't have really a lot of story to it. There's kind of not real much explanation as to why you're doing certain things, which is very sad. Things could have been done so much better with this game. It just needed more. The cafe kind of management needed more. Like, there was just people like popping up everywhere, poofing up in like smoke. They don't even walk to the tables, which is just bizarre to me. So it's gonna have to go in the bottom tier. It's going to have to go to the bottom tier. The one thing that I will say was okay in it, some of the decorating was okay, and I did manage to create some cute things, but that's not why I'm playing that game. I'm playing that game because I want to play and run a cafe, and this was not it. And then we have Trash Goblin. This is a kind of shop management game. Again, this is early access, and I think it could do with some more kind of work into it. I love the idea of this game. I wish they had named it something else, because I think it is a little bit of a put off for people. Trash and Goblin in the sentence, it's not exactly cozy, but the gameplay itself is quite cozy, because you're just like exploring the trinkets and then bringing them to people for them to buy, which is nice. It's got a cute little premise to it. I did enjoy playing it and uncovering everything. It needs a better storage system or a way to kind of upgrade it a bit more, because there was just stuff everywhere which I couldn't deal with very well. But no, it is a good game. I did enjoy it, but it is early access and it needs a little bit more work. So we're going to put it in here. Oh no, I can't see what this game is. Okay, right. Okay, we have two games hidden in the dark here. Right, the first game is Doorframe Antique. So Doorframe Antique is an absolute go-to for me. I love this game. It is going straight in the best tier. You can't really see it there, but it is there, and I love this game. It's one of the best games that I've ever played on the Switch, on PC. I just love it to chill out with. It's just such a fun puzzle game. Unfortunately, I feel like there are a few games that kind of taken from this. Maybe it's not a new premise, but for me, all of the other kind of hexagonal puzzle games that I've tried after this one is still the OG, is still best for me. So it's definitely staying in the best tier. And then we have Assemble with Care. This one was new to me. I did enjoy it. I kind of wanted a little bit more from it. It is more of like a storytelling, fixing some little aspects of like people's broken belongings, which was fun. I'm gonna put it in, yeah, we'll leave it in solid. It is a good game. It's got quite a lot of storytelling to it, which at times did feel a little bit predictable. Like, everyone was having problems and you needed to fix things. So I don't know, that whole storyline just felt like a little bit predictable. Maybe we do need to put it in here. Maybe. The fixing the stuff was fun. It wasn't too complex, which maybe you do want in a puzzle game. I don't know. We'll leave it in a little week. Now we have Cozy Caravan. This was another early access game, which I put off playing for a little bit of time, but when I played it, I was like, why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. I did really enjoy this game. It was a lot of fun. I know when people first played it, I don't think there was a lot of content in it, but since that, there was quite a lot going on by the time I got to it. There were like mini games, quests, side quests. I'm excited for the development of this game. I'm going to put it in solid choice. I would say if you don't want a game that is kind of early access, maybe wait and hold on for this game to be a little bit further in development, but I think it's very promising. It definitely made me feel like Animal Crossing, which is good. And then we have Botany Manor. Oh, I did enjoy this game. I really enjoyed this game. I don't know whether it was the surroundings or whether it was like all the different kind of aspects of like the Victorianness of the world, and it was just really nice. It was really relaxing, even for a puzzle game, and I was quite excited to play this, so I think we will leave it in solid. I don't think it's quite enough up there for it to be my best game, but it is a really good puzzle game. It's really fun. It's got good storytelling, which is why deserves to be in the solid slot. And then we have Fields of Mystria. I think Fields of Mystria is just good straight away. Don't even need to think about it. It's going in one of my best games of the year. It is in early access, which kind of people might be like, oh, knock it down a bit. No, I was very happy with what was available in early access. And the update, I think the first update they did, I was a little bit disappointed with. I thought there could have been more, but for what's in the game already, very good. Still managed like maybe 60 hours of gameplay, maybe even more. I haven't checked recently. Maybe it's more than that. I'm well into year, I think I'm at the end of year 2 now. So we have put a lot of hours into it. Still love it. It does feel like a kind of more player-friendly Stardew Valley, but it has some aspects of it that make it very different. It just seems more player-intuitive, and it's got gorgeous graphics. The people in the game, the characters in the game are great. The map is nice. There's lots of things to do. So really, really do highly recommend that. If you're like, oh no, but it's another Stardew Valley. It's really not. It does feel very different, and I think there's going to be a lot more to come with it, which is good. And then we have Ete. Ete is a game that I don't see enough people talking about. I really like this game. I had a lot of fun with it. I think it did need some optimization because it made my PC go a little bit crazy, but it is a lot of fun. It's all about kind of exploring the world, the town around you, and you kind of use paint everywhere, and it's really cute. You get to paint your own pictures as well and sell them, which is fun. A lot of people aren't talking about this game, and I need to know why. What puts people off this game? Because I had so much fun with it. I really enjoyed it, and I'm a little bit disappointed that everyone else hasn't had a chance to enjoy it as well. Definitely worth looking up. Highly recommend it. So I'm going to put this in solid. It is great. I really did enjoy it. And the watercolor colors are beautiful. The exploration, it's just fun. Enjoy it if you do get to play it. And then we have Minami Lane. Minami Lane, absolutely loved it. This is going straight up to barrel. Minami Lane is a very cute kind of simulation game, and you get to run your like little street. It looks really simple, but I kind of really enjoy that about it. It's not something that you have to stress over. I've played it on PC, I've played it on my Steam Deck. I actually went and revisited not long ago because I just really wanted to play it, and I forgot how good it was. So I do want more from it. I hope that they do release more DLC for it because I'm desperate for this type of game, and when it's this cute, you cannot go wrong with it. It's so good. I loved it. And then we have Echoes of the Plum Grove. This is a farming sim, but it's also very heavily a survival game. You can get sick in this game. There's like different things. It is a good game. I really enjoyed it. There was quite a lot of humor in it. The graphics were very different, not something I'm used to, and I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did at the time. I absolutely did enjoy it. I haven't gone back to it, which is sad. The fishing game in it was not the best at all. I will say that. The fishing game, oh my gosh, I got so mad at it. But it is a very good game. So I'm going to put it in solid. Hi, this is Editing Emma here. So for some reason, when I was doing this tier list, it didn't upload all the icons. So I actually have a few more games. I'm sorry, I will quick fire these. So first off, we have Everhome. This is a really fun pixel RPG. It's got a big kind of mystery feel to it. I want to play more of this. I've played well over 10 hours of it, but I have really been enjoying this so far. So I'm going to put this in solid. I think it could do with a little bit more kind of guidance in places. Sometimes I did feel like I need to know what I'm doing a little bit more at times, but the story really does feel there, and I kind of want to see how it develops. The procedurally generated areas are also a lot of fun, a little bit of combat which isn't too challenging, which is perfect for me. So yes, a solid choice for Everhome. And then we have Strange Horticulture. This wasn't a new release this year, but I did play it for the first time after kind of putting it off for a very long time and it being sat in my library. This one is definitely a bit more dark and moody. It has a very strong kind of story to it. It's all about kind of point and click and kind of figuring things out, which is fun. It wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Like, the reviews are rave for it. Sometimes at times it didn't feel very intuitive with the clues it gave you, and I was very grateful that there was a hint system, but I did enjoy the setting, the whole theming of it. The graphics were really nice. So again, this one is going to have to go in solid choice for me. It didn't quite hit the top tier, but definitely a solid game, and one that I would recommend you try. And then we have Over Magica. I wanted to like this game. I love the premise of it. I love the story of the developer. I think they're doing a wonderful job being a solo female developer. So yes, very proud of them for that. The graphics, however, kind of not my favorite kind of graphics. I had the same problem with Critter Cove, and it kind of did feel the same kind of graphics. I know they weren't like totally the same, but it had that kind of feel to it, and unfortunately for that reason that did put me off quite a lot. But I like the idea of the creature collecting. I like that kind of Pokemon-esque style gameplay. So for me, this one is a little weak. I know it's still in early access, and I do hope that there is some sort of development with it, and I do wish them all the best. And then we have Amber Isle. I feel like this is a bit of a love or hate kind of game. Some people aren't a huge fan of this. I actually found this quite addictive. I do think it could be improved upon. Like, there are certain things that could be done a lot better. The gameplay could definitely be smoother. Some of the top-down views are a little bit hard to get to grips with, but I did like the premise of this. The whole idea of opening up a shop, being able to sell things is a lot of fun, and something that we need to see more of and done well in the cozy gaming space. I do kind of think that this one definitely had some things right and some things not so right. I also did feel like it reminded me of Animal Crossing, the whole unlocking things and stuff like that. That sort of gameplay was really, really fun. And there was some characters in there. You got to meet them, you got to explore. The map was quite big. I did get pretty far in this game, so it can't have been all bad. But I do appreciate the criticisms that this game has had. And I do wish the developers do take note of that. But I'm going to put it in solid because I did put a lot of hours into it, and I did enjoy it. And then we have Gordlets. This is another sandbox decorating style game. This is all very pixel art, and you get to create wonderful islands for these little kind of cute little critters that kind of run around and bounce around. Very, very cute. It is obviously what it is. It is just a decorating game, and if that's what you want, then that's exactly what you're going to get, and it executes that pretty well. So for that, I'm going to put it in solid as well. With all of these games, my criticism still stands. I always want more items, and I don't know if that's just me being greedy, but I always want more. So yeah, maybe we'll see some DLC or more updates in the future with that one, but highly recommend if you want a relaxed, chill little decorating game. And finally, we have Pettit Island. Pettit Island is a very cute, wholesome little exploration game. I don't think it is all that long. I've played about 2 hours of it, and there were some fun little quests there, but I do feel like it could have been bulked out maybe a little bit more with more kind of side questy things. From what I played so far, there was a main storyline to play, but there was a giant world, and there could have been more maybe exploration, more gathering of things just to fill out your time and really bulk out the game, as it's not the cheapest of games if you're going to pay out of pocket for it. So you do want to make sure that you get those fun activities in there as well. But the graphics very cute, the kind of story is really nice, and I just think it could have just done with maybe just a bit more. I haven't really played a lot of it since streaming it, which maybe isn't a good sign, so take that as you will, but I'm very busy, so maybe if I had more free time I would definitely kind of aim to finish this. But it had potential, and maybe you just want a nice little story game that you can just do in 1 or 2 sittings, then this would be a good one for that. But with all that being said, where are we going to rank it? I don't think it quite hits the solid choice for me. There are a lot better games in the solid choice. I think we'll go with a little weak. It was on the mid-level for me. It had kind of some fun elements, but it just didn't tick all of the right boxes. I didn't have, wow, this game is so good kind of vibes from it, unfortunately. So there are my 47 games that I've played this year. I'm just going to go through the top. I love every single one of them games. I cannot kind of fault any of them. Such good games. Definitely worth playing if you're looking for a new recommendation. Maybe Mario Kart 8 is a bit of a rogue choice to be up there, but every time I play it, I do love it. So I'm not gonna like knock it down for that. These are all very solid choices. I do agree with them. And then we have Daisy, Eloweek, and the Coprolite. So I don't know. I don't know if there's any surprises in there. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. Please be nice. This is all very personal opinions. But yeah, I really did enjoy all of these games. I'm excited to see how many games we get to play this year, this upcoming year, how many games we're going to manage to play then. Have a great rest of your day. Let me know what is your S tier game of 2024. Let me know in the comments. I will see you again soon with another video. Bye bye.